From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Friday, August 16th. It is a soggy start. Lots of rain and thunderstorms out there this morning, causing a lot of problems on the roads. So if it is pouring, slow down, take your time. We've had issues, especially on the west side. The rain, though, tapered off a little bit as the morning went on. Be aware, though, storms and rain chances are possible this afternoon and evening. Tom Vaughn is once again the police chief in Southport. The mayor says he will release more details this morning after reinstating the chief at a special meeting of the city council last night. Mayor Jim Cooney says he and Vaughn sat down with the acting chief before that meeting. Initially, the mayor blamed a communication issue and email disagreement between the two men for why he demoted Vaughn earlier in the week. Dozens of people protested that move at a public safety board meeting on Wednesday, and Vaughn says he is grateful for the community's support.
It's overwhelming and humbling at the same time. You never know the impact you have on somebody until, something like this happens. And the show of support, I think, shows that the police department does it right.
The mayor says the city will redraft an ordinance defining the mayor's power over the police chief and other officials. 5 people, all under 20, face charges in the shooting death of a 15-year-old in Muncie. The coroner says the victim is Latajon Phillips. Police say someone shot him Wednesday night in the Creekside apartment complex on the northeast side of Muncie. Phillips later died at a hospital. Muncie police have arrested Dasha Eckford and Ricky Nathan. They are both 19. The others accused are 14, 16, and 17. Police are not saying exactly what happened, but preliminary charges indicate it's a robbery gone wrong. Prosecutors are now bringing murder charges against the father of a 3-month-old boy. Police say they found Jacob Manius dead inside the home of his father, Elisard Manius, last Saturday. Investigators say Manius admits to beating his wife that same day. They say he is not admitted to killing his son. Police believe Manius took Jacob from his mother before returning and hurting her. He is facing a total of 6 charges. Staying with iTeammate, the Hamilton County coroner says a powerful opioid has been found for the first time in Fishers after a recent overdose death. The drug is called nitazene, and the coroner says it's stronger than fentanyl, plus it can go undetected. The coroner says the 39-year-old man who overdosed in Fishers initially had a toxicology report that came back negative. The lab expanded their tests and then found the drug in his system. It's not new, but it is unusual. Nitazene was discovered in the 1950s as a replacement for morphine and was never approved by the FDA.
Most people are purchasing this drug unknown. They're ordering pills through the black market pharmacies. They're just actually getting just a cocktail of poison.
The Fishers Police Department is trying to determine if the drug in this case came from a black market overseas or here in the States. The attorneys for the Delphi murders suspect, Richard Allen, are asking the judge to allow them to present what they say is evidence that someone else killed Abby Williams and Libby German. Allen's team filed the motion with a special judge, Francis Skoll, yesterday. His attorneys have suggested in other court filings that they believe someone else killed the girls in 2017. In the past, prosecutors have objected to a defense plan that names other suspects. Now, there's no timeline for the judge's ruling here. Allen is scheduled to be back in court 1 week from today. A pair of Olympic swimming siblings get a hero's welcome home in Carmel. The swim club celebrated Alex and Aaron Shackle in the high school cafeteria yesterday. Alex, who is back to class as a senior at the school, now has a gold and silver medal for her role in the women's 4x100 and 4x200. Her brother, Aaron, was the only American finalist in the men's 400-meter race. The two say competing in Paris was an experience they will never forget.
The best month of my life. It was so much fun just getting to see what it's like behind the scenes and instead of watching it on TV.
Beating an Olympic final is something that almost no one gets to do, and being able to go against all those guys in the final, some of the best 400 freestylers of all time, was super cool.
Both Alex and Aaron now say they're turning their attention to the Olympics in LA in 2028. The Indiana Fever are back to basketball tonight and in the mix for a potential trip to the playoffs after an almost month-long break. The pause was for the Olympics and the WNBA All-Star Game. The Fever had 3 All-Stars playing that game. Now excitement is heating up for next year when Indianapolis will host the All-Star Weekend. The team weighed in on what that means for the city and for women's basketball.
Pretty special. Mate, it's blowing up in Indy basketball, and just to have it here is really exciting, and I'm excited for our fans to have it on home soil.
I think it's great for us. We have that culture that's being built here. Like, it's a super good environment for us, and just to bring more people to Indy, give us more exposure, it's going to be a fun experience.
The Fever take on Phoenix tonight at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The game tips off at 7:30. Ahead of that game, the newest professional athletes in Indianapolis are set to show off their skills of their sport. The Indy Ignite are part of the Fever's pregame party. News 8's Colin Bailey went to Gainbridge Fieldhouse this morning, where this might be the first time people learn about the volleyball team.
Tonight is your first chance to come interact with Indy's new professional team, the Indy Ignite. Obviously, professional volleyball is coming here to Indy. I know the fun kicks off this evening here at 5 o'clock at Cambridge, but what can people expect here?
Yeah, absolutely, Colin. People are going to come out. They're actually going to get the first opportunity to interact with our players. They're going to see some live action on the court. There's some lucky fans that are actually going to get to compete on the court with our players. There's tons of things for people of all ages. We've got some really cool giveaways. You guys snap a photo under the sphere, tag Indy Ignite VB, and you're going to get a really sweet giveaway prize. And for the first 200 folks that join us tonight, they're going to get this super awesome Everybody Watches Women's Sports tee. So we're part of the movement. It's not a moment, it's a movement, and the Indiana Fever is just the start of this.
In Colts watch, no starters for Saturday's preseason game against Arizona. The Colts wrapped up training camp in Westfield yesterday with the second of 2 joint practices with the Cardinals. Head coach Shane Steichen revealed that he'll rest the starters and play second and third teamers. That means a night of rest for quarterback Anthony Richardson.
Camp flew by this year. Last year it felt long, but this year I was like, dang, today's the last day. I'm grateful for our guys. I'm grateful for the fan base. I'm grateful for everything. I'm just grateful being here. I thank God for allowing me to make it through another year of camp. I'm just looking forward to the season now.
After the matchup with the Cardinals, the Colts play the Bengals next Thursday to end the preseason. Then they kick off their regular season against the Texans. That's on September 8th at Lucas Oil Stadium. Happening today, look up and you may see some police on the roof when you get coffee. Cop on a Rooftop raises funds for Special Olympics. It's happening at Dunkin' Shops. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez went to the one in Plainfield, where this has brought in a lot of money over the years.
Yeah, in the first 8 years that they've been doing this, they've raised about $145,000 for Special Olympics athletes here in Indiana. Unfortunately, because of the rain, we're not actually going to get to go on top of a rooftop this time, but it's still all for a good cause. With us, we have Wyatt and Jeff with Special Olympics here in Indiana. Good morning, guys. Morning. Thank you for your time. Wyatt, you're one of the athletes. I'm going to start with you. Tell me a little bit about your time and what sports you play.
Hi, my name is Wyatt, and I play basketball, bowling, swimming, and track.
What do you like about playing those sports?
It's fun. I can meet new people, make friends.
And Jeff, so you're the CEO of Special Olympics here in Indiana. Tell me a little bit about what events like this kind of help fundraise for.
Well, Wyatt came all the way up from Evansville just to be here with us today, to be part of this event, because it's so important for Wyatt, his family, and all the other athletes of Special Olympics, because the funds help us be able to provide this sports and health and fitness programming free of charge to our families. So that's why we do it.
All right, guys, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. There are 14 Dunkins across the state of Indiana that are participating this morning. It runs till about noon.
Jeff Vaughn is in for Jane King today with your business headlines.
Good morning. Hackers may have the social security numbers of every American. A new lawsuit claims that hackers have gained access to social security numbers, current and past addresses, and the names of siblings and your parents. This could allow fraudsters to tap into your financial accounts or take out loans in your name. Lawsuit claims national public data was breached by a hacker that stole 3 billion identities. If you are a victim, freeze your credit card files, use strong passwords, and 2-factor authentication. A study from Consumer Reports finds perchlorate, a chemical in rocket fuel, is being discovered in groundwater and is now likely to be given to children through baby food, cereal, and chicken nuggets. The test results were below dangerous levels, but a food safety doctor says there are no safe levels of perchlorate. Walmart has beat expectations in its latest earnings report. Its CEO says each part of the business is growing. Consumer spending jumps 1%, better than expected, kicking the Dow up 400 points in trading on Thursday. Avon has filed for bankruptcy. The once dominant makeup brand is in deep debt stemming from those lawsuits that its talc-based products cause cancer. Avon will now focus outside the U.S. where they are excluded from those legal issues. And Americans have a new favorite hamburger, and for once, it's not the Big Mac. Rising fast food prices have given an opportunity to those sit-down restaurants. Now Chili's is beating McDonald's at its own game, offering a meal deal called the Big Smasher for $10.99. Chili's says it's twice the beef of a Big Mac, and the burger campaign has increased sales this quarter, while McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's reported a down quarter. That is your morning business report.
This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.